This is Sky News at 4. I'm Sophie Ridge. Breaking news this afternoon. 3 people have been killed as a van is driven into a crowd in Stockholm. Dozens of other people are reported to have been hurt. The Swedish Prime Minister says that everything points to it being a terror attack. We will bring you all the latest. Also ahead, Russia condemns the first US military action against the Syrian regime as an act of aggression. At least 6 people are reported to have been killed after a US warship fired 59 missiles at an airfield. President Trump says the base was used by Syria to stage a chemical weapons attack.
Eating beautiful babies were cruelly murdered in this very barbaric attack. No child of God should ever suffer such horror.
The UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting on the crisis within the hour. Good afternoon. Well, let's start by bringing you the latest from Stockholm, where at least 3 people have been killed by a lorry which has driven into a crowd. Police say that many more people are hurt and that they are treating it as a terror attack. Well, a truck was driven into an upscale department store in central Stockholm. Swedish police say that 3 people have been killed, and the Swedish Prime Minister said that everything indicated this was a terror attack. According to a Swedish tabloid newspaper, a beer company truck was hijacked earlier today and used in the attack. Now the police have evacuated Stockholm's central station, and it's been reported on Swedish television that shots have been fired. Security sources have told Sky News that they believe the crash was deliberate, and Swedish police say that many people have been injured and removed from the scene. Well, in the statement, Angela Merkel, the spokesman of Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, said that Germany stands with Sweden against terror. The European Commission President, Jean-Claude Juncker, has said an attack on any of our member states is an attack on us all. Well, our correspondent Lisa Hollander is here with us this afternoon. And Lisa, what is the latest that we're hearing out of Stockholm?
There's a statement, the latest, which is coming from the Swedish police, correcting the earlier suggestion, which had come from the Prime Minister, that somebody had been arrested. The latest information that they are saying is that there is no one who is currently under arrest, which obviously conflicts with some of the imagery which has been coming out of Stockholm, because we have seen somebody who was down on the floor, handcuffs out. So we will wait for further clarification on that. Another interesting line as well, that the police are now saying they cannot confirm any information about shootings or bangs in any other parts of Stockholm. We heard from eyewitnesses ourselves on Sky News this afternoon, where they had heard shots were being fired in a street which is about 20 minutes walk from Queen Street, where this truck incident had happened. They had said that there had been reports of shootings, but the police seem to be backing away from the idea that there were 2 separate incidents now. They are saying we cannot confirm any information about shootings or bangs, and no suggestion that there was any kind of shots fired at the location where the truck had gone into the department store. We know that there are at least 3 fatalities, could be more. Several people have been injured, say the police. We know that certainly Swedish media reporting that, in their words, many people have been injured. And again, the words of the police, which seem slightly out of step with the Swedish Prime Minister, the police are saying we cannot rule out that this was terrorism, given recent events in the rest of Europe. We've already had, quite clearly within the last hour or so, the Swedish Prime Minister who has come out and said this was a terror attack.
A real reminder there about how difficult it can be to piece together these bits of information in the aftermath of an attack. What's the situation on the ground now in Stockholm? Has the area been evacuated? Has there been any lockdowns?
People in Stockholm have been told essentially to stay in their homes if they're already in their homes. We know that the subway has completely been shut down at the minute, and also the main train station has been evacuated. The Parliament also, we think, is in lockdown, although we don't think that there were many politicians in there because it's Friday afternoon. They had gone home or gone back to their equivalent constituencies. But we do get this sense that Stockholm, and I would imagine other cities as well, are taking good precautions as well right across Sweden, in case this is not an isolated incident. But certainly the main area has been completely shut down. Interesting looking at those pictures of police with gas masks on there. There's no evidence there was any kind of chemical involved in this incident. Absolutely no suggestion whatsoever at this stage. And it may be just routine that they've got those gas masks on, and there may be something that Swedish authorities decided to do, given that they wouldn't know initially what they were dealing with. But certainly underlines the fact that this is a major incident which is now underway in Stockholm at the minute. And whilst, of course, this truck now has been stopped, doused with foam, not because there's a suggestion it was, well, you can see from that picture there that it was on fire, actually, a large truck, but it's now been doused in foam, that's been put out. So that itself doesn't present any continuing danger. Just looking at that truck as well, quite interesting that a beer maker, a Swedish beer maker, Spendrups, has said that one of its vehicles, so presumably that vehicle, was carjacked this morning. They describe it as a distribution vehicle. When it was out on delivery to a restaurant in Stockholm this morning, it was taken over by somebody who managed to get behind the wheel and drive off with the vehicle. So that does seem to be how it happened this morning.
And of course, we don't know anything about the motivation of the person driving the truck. It's too early to speculate extensively on their motivations, but at the same time, it feels as though what this really does underline is just how deadly a single vehicle can be. A truck, a car, something that any of us really could get our hands on.
Indeed, as if anybody really needed reminding after what happened in Nice, of course, with that truck attack there, also at the Berlin Christmas market. We saw from that 4x4 vehicle on our own streets in London, on Westminster Bridge, just a couple of weeks ago, how a vehicle can be used to randomly mow people down, and there's little that you can do about it. You can take those precautions, you can seal off some of those main areas. We know that where this department store is, you can see from those pictures, it largely looks to be a pedestrian area, but quite clearly there were no bollards in position or anything which was going to prevent a large truck like that from getting along that street to the very centre of this high-profile department store.
And of course, on Friday afternoon, as you'd expect, shopping streets very busy.
Busy time of day. Busy shopping day. I mean, it's not a Saturday, which would have been even busier, but still, lots of people around, and we still don't know exactly how many people have reportedly been injured at the moment, but certainly a number of people who will have had injuries, and the authorities confirmed at least 3 fatalities as things stand.
Lisa, thank you. Stay with us. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you in just a few moments. We can hear now from Selwyn Thelin, who is a Stockholm resident who was just a few hundred metres from the attack when it happened, and I spoke to him a little earlier.
I was in the office where we heard the police and ambulance sirens, and then we got the notification from the force that something has happened. Then I went to the site, which was like few hundred meters away from my office, and there was a lot of chaos. People were confused. Police were everywhere, and they were shouting at people to stay away from the roads. And what happened was all the major stations were closed right now, so it's a lot of chaos going on right now.
And what's the situation at the moment in Stockholm? Are you seeing the police trying to evacuate the area?
Yes. Now the central area is completely evacuated. They are close to the station department store. And since it's also Friday, and since all the major stations, underground stations has been closed, so it's a lot of people and a lot of traffic jam. And we're waiting to see what happens now. There's no way you can go back home, unfortunately.
And what's the atmosphere like? We've seen images of people running away from the incident. Is it quite calm?
Everyone's shocked. No, everyone's shocked right now. Everyone was talking to the families, friends to see all are safe. And it's a total shock and confusion right now.
Have you had any information from the police or from the government at all on what you should do in the event of this kind of attack?
Look, personally, I don't know, not really. Because Sweden, Stockholm is the least country you think of a terrorist attack. It's one of the most famous cities in the world. A lot of people living here from all different backgrounds. I don't think anyone would think something like this happens here.
It's interesting that you say that. It's interesting you say nobody expected it, because of course there have been attacks across other countries in Europe, but you felt that in Sweden that it's something that wouldn't happen.
Exactly. Even as of today, I feel like it's the safest place to live. And I thought it will be like this in the future as well. But unfortunately today, it's a bit different right now.